Hello everybody, it's Wendy, and today we're going to make a beautiful necklace using products from GGC's treasure bag. So first of all, our encouraging word for today is hold on to hope. So the Bible says that hope deferred makes the heart sick, so hold on to hope. Alrighty, so today we are using GGC's treasure bag, which is an amazing assortment of beads. And the beads that we're going to be using today, and I've got them on this little pin, are some of the rice beads and some of the triangle beads. Okay, now if you don't have GGC's treasure bag, you can use any little sparkly beads that you have. Okay, this will work with anything. So you're going to need those. I'm also going to be using some of these 4mm spacer beads. Are these 4? Yeah, they look like 4mm. 4mm spacers. These all came in the bag. I am going to be using, we're going to make a necklace and a pair of earrings. The earrings are super easy. We're going to be using some gunmetal Coriana chain. This is available on my website in all different colors. We are going to be using some head pins, just regular, I believe these are 21 gauge head pins, and we're just going to be using several of those. We will be using some of the chain that came in the box. So this is a really pretty textured chain. It's beautiful in gunmetal. We're going to be using that. We're going to be using 4 crimp beads and 2 clamshell covers. So that's the clamshell cover right there, and 4 little crimp beads. I think they're 2mm crimp beads. We are going to be using the toggle clasp and a couple of 6mm jump rings. The toggle clasp was in the box as well. And we may use some more of these triangle beads, I'm not sure. Okay. And then for the earrings, you're going to need the same components and some ear wires. Okay. And I'm going to be using a little bit of GS Hypo Cement glue. Okay. So that's everything. So let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to take our piece of Coriana chain, which is right here. And this is way too long. I don't need it to be that long, but I'm not sure how long I want it to be yet. So I'm just kind of waiting. And we're going to take the rice beads and the triangle beads, and we're going to make some dangles. Okay, so on this one, I have got 5 rice beads and 1 triangle bead. And I have 2 of those. And I haven't made the loops on these yet because I'm going to show you how I do the loops, just so you know. But 5 rice beads and 1 triangle bead. You need 2 of those. Then you need 2 with 4 rice beads and 1 triangle bead. So there those 2 are. You need 2 with 3 rice beads and 1 triangle bead. You need 2 with 2 rice beads and a triangle bead, and you need 2 with 1 rice bead and a triangle bead, okay? So you need all these little links made up, and I am trying to make my loops on the top of these as tiny as I possibly can. So the way I do that is I take my head pin, and I'm using my crimping pliers because they have a really micro tip. And I bend this 90 degrees right above the bead. You do not want to go far above the bead. You want to be right above the bead, but you have to be careful not to crack the little crystal beads because, you know, they will crack if you're not careful. And then you take your round nose pliers and down on the very end where it's tiny, and, oh wait, I'm not making a wrap loop, am I? I'm sorry, we're going to cut. I come in a little from the width of my finger. Normally I do a finger's width, but these, like I said, I want to be small. So that's what we're doing. I was making a wrap loop for some reason. So here's what we've got. And then you take the tiny little end of your round nose pliers and you roll this loop back. And there is our tiny little loop, okay? And we're going to do that with each one of these. So we'll do one more. Bending this guy 90 degrees right above the bead, cutting off, and then taking our tiny little tip on our chain or round nose pliers and rolling a loop back. Okay, so there's another one. And you do want to make sure that they're closed up good. Okay, so just make sure they're closed up really good. These are going to go directly onto our Coriana chain. I'm going to make my others here really quickly. This box had so many beautiful colors in it, blues, but I wanted a necklace that would go with just black and silver because I wear a whole lot of black and silver, and I love the way that these rice beads looked. They looked like little drops, I thought, little drops of rain or water or something. So that's why I decided to do this type of necklace. And now you want to make sure that your wires are straight when you make your loop. If your head pin gets bent a little, just try to straighten it back up because you want these to be straight. So GGC's treasure bag, that is a tongue twister if there ever was one. It is a pretty much bi-monthly bag, the curated bag that she puts out. It is not subscription. It is just something that she does every little bit. This one is sold out. This is the one for January 2023, and it is sold out. But if you want to get on the notifications list for this bag, I will have a link in the description box below, and you can get on there and get on the notifications list. And then when she does another one, she will email you and you can purchase it. Okay, so it's a really great deal. I'll link the unboxing also, and this is the third necklace I've made out of this bag, so it's a great deal. All right, so now we're going to take some chain, and we're going to cut pieces of this chain. So our pieces of our chain are going to lay in between our beads. Now, this is totally up to your own creative control how you want this to go. I want them to kind of stagger, or, you know, cascade. Maybe that's the word that I'm trying to get out. I want them to kind of cascade. So I have cut them in lengths ranging from long to short, okay? And again, this is totally up to how you want it to look, so you just kind of have to do this, you know, cut them the way that you want them to go. And I'm going to show you how I do this, how I get them the same length, okay? So these are all my chains that I've cut. So this piece needs its mate. This one's going to go in the middle. It doesn't need a mate, but this piece needs its mate. So I take a head pin or a piece of wire. I hang the little piece on there. Then I take my chain and I hang my chain on there. And then when I hold this up, it gives me the exact length that I need to cut this at, and I don't have to try to count lengths. See that? Simple and quick. That's a great way to do it. Okay, so we're going to put the chain back aside for now. So I'll tell you here in just a second the lengths that I've done everything, but let's lay this out how it's going to go. Okay, so it's going to go just like this, and I'm going to be putting spacer beads in between. But I want to make sure that I get the lengths of my chain correct on here. So we're just going to go like this, small or biggest to smallest. And this is going to be really pretty, I think, and very versatile. You could wear it with just about anything if you like, if you're a silver and black kind of person like I am. I love silver and black. All right, so there we have it. So now all we're going to do is string these on using our spacer beads in between. So let me get my ruler. So just for reference, if you want to make yours the exact same way as mine, my middle chain is exactly 1.5 inches, okay? Then my link here is just over, it's about 1.25. And then my next chain is just below that. So I just varied, you know, I just went a little smaller on each one the whole way up this thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to string on a spacer bead. Whoops. And the smaller link of chain. I love this Coriana chain because you can string directly on it, and it is so cool. And we're using our smallest link. Nope, spacer bead. Spacer bead has to go in between each thing that you put on. So spacer bead, chain, spacer bead, link, spacer bead, chain, etc. And we're just going to string all of these on, see that? With our spacer beads in between our chains and our links. Now, we can trim the chain if we need to at the end of this, so we'll hold it all up and look, and we'll see, make sure that everything hangs the way we want it to when we're finished. But first, let's get it all strung on here. And again, I'm just doing a spacer bead, a piece of chain, a spacer bead, my link, and a spacer bead, and the next piece of chain. See, just like that. Oops, I'm forgetting my spacer bead. I do that every time just about. There we go. And it's a little fiddly to string this on, but I think it's going to be really pretty when we're finished. Very elegant. Okay. And at the end, if we need to straighten up any of our wires, like I can see that this one's a little crooked still, then we can do that at the end. But you just want to get everything strung on here and not forget any spacer beads. So as I said, I'll link the unboxing of this GGC's treasure bag. It is amazing. It's an amazing value. The beads that you get, the amount of beads that you get in this bag are incredible. And you get full strands. You get like 15-inch strands. None of this 6 or 7-inch strand stuff. It's just a really good bag. And it is a lot of beads. It's not so much metals. There's a few metals in there, but it is mainly beads, which is really nice, I think. So yeah, you're really going to like it. And you have to get on that notifications list if you want to get it. It sells out really fast. I think she said like 400 of them or something sold out in just a few hours. So if you want it, you've got to get on the notifications list so you know that it's coming. Alright, I'm just going to continue to string this up, and I will be right back as soon as I get them all strung on. Okay, so I have this all strung up, and now is the time that you want to look at this, and you want to make sure that everything is hanging the way you want it to be, that you haven't missed any little spacer beads, because if you miss the little spacer bead and you put your crimps on, you're going to be a sad, sad person, because you're going to have to restring or take the crimps off and redo. So just make sure that you haven't missed any little spacers and that everything is where it needs to be on your necklace, okay? And then what you need to do is decide how long you want this to be, all right? So for a necklace like this, I like mine to be fairly short and hang kind of up around my collarbone. And I probably will put an extender on it, just if I want to adjust it down a little, I can. But I have cut my Coriana chain. Let me measure it for you. Right, let's see, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 inches. And that's before my clasp, okay? So at 21 inches, let me hold this up and see. I think that's pretty much where I want it to hang. And then I will probably put an extender on it. Now we're using a toggle, but you can extend a toggle, and I'm going to show you how, okay? You don't have to extend it a lot, but just a couple little. So you're going to need, she included a bunch of toggles in this, like 4 toggles. So you're going to need a couple of your toggle rings if you want to do this little extension that I'm going to tell you how to do, okay? So I'm just going to use 2 of the rings, or you could use regular jump rings. Like I could use this toggle right here, you know, put this on like this. And then if I had jump rings, which I do have some 12 millimeters in gunmetal, so I'll probably just use these instead of using up my ring on my toggle. But you could use any size jump. I mean, you know, it needs to be about the same size as your toggle, but you can, you know, you can make this adjustable with a toggle. Okay, which is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so decide how long you want it to be. Now, I had debated using some of these guys up the sides, and I can't decide if I want to do that or not, so let's put a few on and just see how it looks, because that always makes my decision for me. And I kind of like it, I think, with them on there. These little triangle beads are so, so cool. And they are sparkly and beautiful. I do like them on there. It kind of finishes it. It gives it a finished. So I'm going to just add a few. Maybe, I don't know, 3 or 4 probably. Let's see. If you can hear the noise in the background, that's our pet bot. Well, I named it Pet Bot. It's a RoboVac. And he cleans because we have a cat and a dog. And no matter how much I try to keep up with the sweeping in this house, we have hardwood floors mainly, I can't keep up with it. So Chris got me this little RoboVac for Christmas, and oh, I love him. He is just so wonderful. Chris and the RoboVac, actually. But I named it Pet Bot. And it's cleaning right now. It does it on its own. Like, it starts, it says RoboVac cleaning, and then it starts cleaning. And then when it gets low on battery, it returns to its little hub and charges. It doesn't empty itself. I've seen ones that do, but we didn't buy the real expensive version. And ours doesn't empty itself, but I don't mind that. Not one bit. Alright, so here I'm just going to do 4 on each side. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to even up my chains. I want to get the ends even and this even down here. Okay? It's important that this be even here. So make sure there's no gaps in between your pieces and just lay it to where it's even. And we're going to take 2 of our crimp beads. And we're going to crimp this in place. So without picking it up, without moving it, you want to put your crimp bead on, let it fall down, and just above your bead, you don't want to go, you know, too far above, but you don't want to go down, you know, you don't want this to be poker straight, but you don't want it to have a lot of movement either. So just go right above your bead and crimp it. And you don't need to crimp it like normal, like you're crimping wires together, like, you know, bead stringing wire. Just mash it with your chain nose pliers. That's all you're doing. All it is a placeholder. You know, it's just keeping your beads in place. That's it. So it does not need to be crimped correctly. That's all it's doing right there, is just keeping these from sliding all over your necklace. See, so now they don't move. They just barely move, and that's what you want. Okay? So now we're going to come up here on the end, and we're going to do our toggle. So you need your 6mm jump rings, 2 of them. You need your clamshell connectors, your next 2 crimp beads, and your GS hypo cement. Okay? So all we're going to do here is we're going to take our clamshell and we are going to put our chain through it, just like that. And then we're just going to put this little crimp on. And same thing as down below. Come down just a tad from the end so it doesn't crimp, you know, mess up your, or break off your end. Just come down a little bit and just close the crimp, you know, just flatten that out. Pull on it, make sure it will not come off. And then you can take your clamshell and pull it up. Now we're going to take a little of our GS hypo cement. This is not totally a necessary step. I just like to do it for my own security. Okay? I'm just going to coat this little crimp in the inside in here with my glue, which is not coming off of the tip of my... Didn't really want to get my fingers in it, but I don't have a napkin over here. Okay, my paper towels. I need to put some over here on my desk. All right, there we go. Now we're just going to coat this in the glue. Okay, and when this is closed up and it dries, so now I'm going to take my... I'm just going to close it up here. It will be very secure because of the glue in there, and nothing will come apart. Okay, so we're doing the same thing with the other side. Putting our clamshell connector on. Now I've got glue all over my fingers. And putting our crimp bead on. Whoops. It's sticking to my gluey fingers. Okay, there we go. And now we're just going to pull this up toward the end of our chain, but down just a little so it doesn't cut the end off, and close it. Give it a tug. It's very secure. I'm going to take my glue. Just coat the inside there a little bit. And close this right up. All right, there you have it. Now let me close this glue. This glue has this little tiny needle that goes down in here, and man, is it ever hard to get back in there sometimes. Come on now. There we go. Nope. Almost, but no cigar. And if I leave it open, it's going to leak out everywhere, so I kind of have to do this. Oh my. Okay, let's pause. Okay, so I realized that I never unpaused my video after I put the lid on my glue, which took me like 10 minutes, by the way. So I finished this necklace, and I'm just going to show you how I did it. You saw where we put the clamshell on. All I did is I took my toggle ring and bar and put them on with a jump ring. And then I took 8mm and 12mm jump rings and created this adjustable toggle. So if you have a toggle and you want to make it adjustable and you have matching jump rings that are in like 8 and 12mm, or you know, your jump ring just has to be big enough for your toggle bar to fit through, then you can make this adjustable toggle. So this is really nice. So, you know, if you don't know the length that the person you're making this for likes, or if you want to be able to adjust it, like maybe you're going to wear a V-neck sweater and you want it to be able to hang down a little lower, then you can do this adjustable toggle. Okay, now we're going to do the earrings, and then we'll look at everything put together. So here's the earring. It's super, super simple. I have got to do 2 earrings. You're going to need 2 of the rice beads, 2 triangle beads, 2 spacers, 2 6mm jump rings, 2 fishhook ear wires, 10 pieces of chain cut at 1 inch. It's the same chain we used on the necklace, and 1 eye pin. Okay, so this is so easy. All you do is we're going to take our chain and we're going to hang them all on this jump ring. Now you can make this chain as long or short as you want it. You can do more if you want, a fuller tassel. It's totally up to your own creative control, but I'm doing 5 pieces on each earring of 1 inch in length chain, okay? And then we are going to take that and hook it right onto our eye pin and close it up. All right, so there's what we've got. Now we're going to bead this. We're going to put our triangle bead on first, our rice bead, and our spacer bead, just like on our necklace. The triangle bead and then the rice bead. We are going to bend this 90 degrees. We are going to cut and roll back our loop with our round nose pliers. Then we're just going to take our ear wire and put this right on. And now you have an adorable pair of earrings that takes about, what, 1 minute to make? That matches your necklace perfectly. So let me put all of this on a form, and I will be right back. Okay, so here we are in my light box. Here is the necklace and the earrings. I absolutely love this necklace. I think it turned out so pretty, so elegant and sparkly, and it's going to go with so many different things. And the little earrings just match it perfectly. I could get that one over there. I don't know why there we go. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I want you to know that I appreciate you being here. I know there are lots of places on YouTube you could be, and I appreciate you being here on my channel, watching what I do. And so check out GGC's treasure bag. Like I said, this box is sold out, but you can get notified if you sign up to receive notifications on her website. I will link all of it in the description box below. And thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye.